If you're looking to make some extra cash over the next couple months, this is going to be some great strategies, specifically 3 that I'm going to show you in this video that you can use to make well beyond $600 a week. Maybe you don't want to work that much because maybe you don't need $600 a week. Maybe it's $300 a week, or maybe you want to make an extra $5,000 a month, right? This video is going to show you exactly how you can do that both online and offline, depending on what your preferences are. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to put some extra cash in your pocket, these are things that you can start doing today that don't necessarily have to cost you a penny. So if you're excited for it, all I ask is you make sure to smash a quick like down below. It helps me out a lot. And we're gonna jump right in. This is without counting stimulus. That could be a whole other topic, talking about the new stimulus package that is circulating around with, I believe, $1,400, which, can help out a lot of people, but it's not really a long-term solution. In fact, it hurts a lot of stuff long-term. However, this video is going to be some great strategies beyond that. Now, I'm not really a side hustle guy in terms of what I post here on YouTube. I don't think it's a bad thing. I just hustle. I have multiple different companies. I start little stuff here on the side whenever I have time, or maybe I want to make a cool YouTube video, but I can appreciate and respect anyone doing something to get where they want to be. It's as simple as that. That might include picking up extra little things on the side. Some things you might not enjoy that much, and that's okay. Because if you're trying to reach a destination, maybe it's a goal, a certain amount of money saved in a retirement account or an emergency fund, or to start a new business, to buy a car, whatever the case may be. Look, if you're willing to do extra stuff beyond what you were normally doing, that's going to get you there faster. I respect that. I don't even care what you're doing as long as it's legal, obviously, right? So picking something up on the side is a great way to make extra cash. Most people or students work an average of 7 to 8 hours a day. That leaves you another very easy 7 to 8 hours a day. So there's a lot of extra stuff you could do even with just a couple hours of extra free time, okay? So here's 3 awesome things. We're gonna talk about it. There's actually a lot more than 3 things because I'm gonna talk about subcategories inside of here, okay? Number 1, the real side job. This is like the person who gets home from work, has 30 minutes, and then goes to their second job for 4 hours, right? They work a part-time job. However, there's different things that you could do here. These, in my opinion, are what I would prefer to do if I was looking for something like this. Number 1, pizza delivery. You can make a pretty easy extra $1,200 to $1,500 a month. And the cool thing is with pizza delivery, you don't really have to deal with people. I'm more of an introvert myself, even though these videos come off as snazzy, right? But I prefer to kind of just stay on my own. So from a side gig perspective, pizza delivery, you can just listen to music or a podcast or an audiobook, whatever. You can do it at night, make some easy extra cash. Your only interaction is with people at the door. And now with all the pandemic stuff going on, you don't really have to interact with people. So that's cool. Number 2, Uber driver. There's some more restrictions on this, like your age, the type of car, stuff like that. But this can actually bring some big income depending on where you are and when you drive. I actually know someone, she drives 4 days a week for about 8 hours through the night. She works the night shift 4 days a week. She makes $8,000 a month, and she's been doing it for a year. Absolutely incredible. Now, there's some extra car expenses. I get that, but it's not really that big of a deal, right? You're making a bunch of money. Number 3 is a unique one that I bet nobody's ever mentioned here on YouTube, is assisted living. This is actually really interesting because elderly people require care, and this is actually very expensive. I know a typical care full-time can be anywhere from like $10,000 to $15,000 a month, and it's absolutely nuts. I know people who will go to the assisted living facilities. I know multiple people who do this and get paid, one of them $5,000 a month, flat rate salary, to spend part-time, it's like 3 hours in the morning and 2 hours at night, with an elderly woman to help take care of her, cook, clean, go get groceries, and just kind of interact. That's a lot of extra money. That's a lot more than most people make full-time. That's actually above the average household income in America, just by doing something like that part-time. Now, if you wanted to do this on top of something, you need a slightly flexible schedule, but you get the idea. That's one thing that you could look at, is care for the elderly, because it's expensive and it can be a great side gig. It's not that hard, okay? Most of them are very kind. Now, number 2, one of the funnest, most interesting ones that people seem to continuously think is not possible is the flip. Now, there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. A lot of people were telling me, hey, the flip is such a bad idea, Hayden, it doesn't work. You can't flip it. You need money to get started. You need thousands. What if it fails? So I literally went out of my way to prove this theory. I flipped a couch. I made $450 in probably 12 hours. People still, for some reason, think that it doesn't work. So it is what it is. You can only help people so much. It's like that old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So there's two routes that I see inside of the flip space. Route number one, you flip stuff that you get for free. The free section on Craigslist, the free marketplace on Facebook. There's free stuff posted on OfferUp. In fact, when I was moving, you guys will see a video of me, I might have already posted it, talking about why I'm getting rid of a ton of my stuff. I'm just selling a bunch of my crap. Most of it I gave away for free. I would literally list stuff for free. A $2,000 trampoline, listed it for free on OfferUp. Someone was there within an hour at my house. I had like 70 inquiries. So you'd have to pay very close attention, in my opinion, to the free section, because that stuff will go quick because people realize they can make money. I was giving away outdoor furniture and just stuff that was a pain in the butt to move. So OfferUp, great website. Facebook and Craigslist, obviously. Look for value-based items that people are trying to get rid of. Stuff that's very large and takes up space. Old desks, office chairs, furniture, a dog cage, right? That's just empty space. Trampolines, anything like that you can find that it has some sort of value. It might only be a $20 office chair, but it's annoying for someone. They're moving, they don't need it. It might have a couple rips or whatever. An old desk, you could easily flip some of this stuff, right? If you have a vehicle to pick it up in, there you go. Number two would be flipping stuff that you buy. Now, this is where you might need some startup money. I don't know why everybody's really afraid of that, because, it's welcome to the real world. You need some money for something. So maybe do some of these other things just to get a couple $100s. You don't need the largest amount of money. But if you can find stuff that you know the value of and you just keep an eye out on the marketplace, it's pretty easy to determine what stuff is underpriced. For an example, with the couches, I just studied for 30 minutes, got to watch, and I did this like over a couple day period. I'd look for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I would see what type of couches would sell for how much. I would reach out, I would try to negotiate, had a couple conversations. I got a good sense of the couch market. I bought a couch for $700. I turned around and sold it for $1,250 like the same day. It was absolutely insane. So, and I had a little bit of expense on that because I had to get a U-Haul to go pick it up. It was a huge couch, and I got it cleaned because it smelled like smoke. The lady was smoking, but it was like a brand new couch. So I made $450 or whatever. I made a YouTube video about it. You guys can watch that where I talk about flipping stuff. But I try to stay away from most electronics and appliances. This is me personally, because with appliances, stuff can break. It can be wiring and fuse box issues, stuff that can be a lot more expensive. It's like a higher risk. Now, if you're really knowledgeable technology, cameras, phones, AirPods, or whatever it is, that could definitely be something of value that you could sell, and there's definitely a marketplace for it. So it just comes down to what you know. There is some added risk there. Now, the cool thing is you can experience some fun stuff that you might enjoy by doing this. For an example, I had a dirt bike and an ATV that I wanted to get rid of. I had them sit in my garage for a while, cruise around on them, rip the trails, whatever, and I wanted to sell them. 2 kids came by. I needed them gone like very soon because I was in the process of moving. These guys came by, bought both of them for a great deal. I didn't lose much money. They're going to go make money on it. And I started talking to these guys. They flip like 50 dirt bikes every single year. They make like $800 to $1,000 on every single one. That's insane. Just these 2 kids who love dirt bikes. They get a way to enjoy their hobby for free and make money while doing it. So that's why I think the flip is a great route. This is the second option here. Number 3 is the online method. This one's cool because, again, you definitely don't have to deal with people. You can sit inside and do this. It's a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more schedule flexible, right? You're not on other people's time for the most part. Now, there's 2 sides of this as well, right? I'm giving you guys a lot of points here. Make sure to drop a like down below. It's a lot more than 3 things total. Now, there's a guaranteed work side of thing. This for me would be freelancing. Platforms like Upwork, you could go to Freelancer, you could go to anything like that. And there's probably a dozen of these sites that you can use. I would recommend staying away from Fiverr. It's a little bit too cheap, in my opinion. That's really been taken over with like foreign work. But Upwork and Freelancer, great spots. You could be a virtual assistant, answer emails, do video editing, any sort of lead generator, scheduling leads for people. There's literally so many things. If you know how to make logos, if you know how to build websites. I was selling website builds on there because I learned how to get really good at building Shopify stores a couple years ago, 5 years ago. And I was selling stores on there. I would build stuff or re-edit stuff. And this is 5 years ago, 5+ years ago. I'd do it for like $120 a pop. I would do 2 of them a day. It'd take me 45 minutes each. I'm making $250 a day extra for an hour and a half of work. It was very easy. So, that's a lot of extra money if you build a skill or have something. So think about what skills you might have. Could be a great way to make some money. Starting ideas. If you want to actually start something from scratch, a little bit more of a riskier venture, right? I don't know what I said here, starting ideas. But e-commerce is obviously a great route. This is something that I was really trying to aim for because I saw how truly scalable it was. So that's most of the stuff we talk about here on the channel. You can find out my e-commerce program linked below. That's where I talk about exactly what I do, show the products, show the advertising, all of that. That's a skill I've built. You can start a marketing agency. This is actually something I tried to do long before e-commerce. It was something I've dabbled with, and as of right now, I do have an advertising agency for the e-commerce side of things. It's a little bit of a different structure, but doing social media marketing or something, you could also outsource the work. So you'd almost be a sales rep or an affiliate, but in reality, you're just white labeling someone else's service. That's something I have done. You can do that. That's something I did long before the e-commerce. Affiliate marketing is something you could do. This is where you sell other people's products and you take a cut. You're not a salesperson, you're an affiliate. Or you could start a YouTube channel. Let's say you're really good at skateboarding. Start teaching people how to skateboard. You could teach literally anything on YouTube and you can make extra money doing that. You can make money by doing that through multiple ways. So let's say you're really good at building websites. You build a whole YouTube channel around it. You become an affiliate for platforms like Wix or Shopify. People start signing up through your thing. For an example, I was making $4,000 a month on YouTube just through my Shopify affiliate. I used to have a link that I would leave in the description of my videos, and there was a link for people to join Shopify. They could start a free trial and Shopify would pay me for it. I was making $4,000 a month. I would almost never mention it. It was free. People would have to sign up for it anyways on their own. So I just happened to put the link there. I don't anymore, but that's something, an extra $50,000 a year, just leaving a link in the description. So you get the idea. There's a lot of different things you can do. The online method's my personal favorite, but it's not always the best route to start with. I'll be the first person to tell you that. So I think the flip is probably the most interesting. I think you should do, number one, kind of have like a real side job, delivering pizzas, Uber, whatever. For some reason, people think that that's above them. I mean, it's insane. I mean, I would love to do that. If I was like back in the day and I was old enough to drive Uber, I would have absolutely done that. Great thing to do. And on the side, I would have been flipping stuff. All of those for the purpose of starting an online business. That would have been the goal because you might need a little bit of capital to do that. So those are 3 things, but in reality, probably like 15 things that you can do to start making over $600 a week, which comes out to $100 a day for 6 days a week. We're going to assume you take a day off, even though you probably shouldn't if you're trying to hustle and make some money, but that's $100 a day. And it's something that can really make a difference. An extra $100 a day, let me know how that would change things for you. I can make more videos talking about stuff like this, more live examples like where I flipped a couch and stuff, but it's really not that difficult. It just takes effort. It's not like it's rocket science. It's going to take work. It's going to take time, but it's something where if you're trying to achieve a goal, you want to put money aside for an investment or to start a business, to buy something, well, that's a great way to do it. And there's a bunch of different things that you have options for. So yeah, I definitely wanted to break that down, talking about 3 completely different categories with so many different options inside of there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to drop a like if you got any value. It would help me out a lot. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, check out some of the other content, and be sure to reference the e-commerce resources linked in the description if that's something you're interested in. All right, I will see you in the next video. Peace.